My name is Joanna Gil-Mastalerczyk. I'm a professor at the Faculty of Architecture of the Kielce University of Technology, Poland. The presentation was made from Mikołaj Mastalerczyk from the Faculty of Architecture of the Krakow University of Technology, Poland. We conducted all research and analysis together. We will give a presentation regarding fair, open, and increasingly digital cultural heritage of cities.
Problem background. While celebrating and preserving the history and present of cities' outstanding cultural heritage, their future should be planned in such a way that they are equitable and open to all user groups, in particular using breakthrough technologies and innovations. The growing importance of culture and tourism and the widespread concern for a sustainable future, smart and participatory urban development necessitate the most effective provision of accessibility to cultural heritage resources for all users, taking into account all their diversity. This is a very current and global problem, all the more so because in the case of monuments, the rules specified in detail by ICOMOS apply as a result of many years of conservation practice. At the same time, unprecedented opportunities related to technologies such as data and artificial intelligence are bringing cultural heritage objects back to life. Virtual museums open up the possibility of experiencing objects or places that are completely inaccessible.
Universal accessibility to cultural heritage is undoubtedly a global and ongoing issue, especially considering that historic sites are governed by principles extensively defined by ICOMOS as a result of years of conservation practice. Among the most important documents that release and direct the protection of heritage to the public, including the possibility of access and the right to use and participate in decision making about heritage, among others, are Stockholm Declaration, Buenos Aires Declaration, making the 50th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and people-centered approaches to cultural heritage, ICOMOS policy document.
The aim of the paper is to present the results of analysis of the architectural, urban, and digital accessibility of monuments and the assessment of solutions introduced with all recipients and the aging society in mind. The research was conducted on the example of cultural heritage resources in Poland, among the most frequently visited.
In the second decade of the 21st century, the topic of accessibility of historic sites and spaces has gained significant importance. The broadly understood concept of accessibility should ensure full inclusivity from acquiring information, internet, social media, posters, brochures, to achieving the highest level of convenience and independent participation. However, comprehensive actions to eliminate barriers to accessing heritage resources are still lacking. In practice, implementing accessibility often means inclusion of individuals with special needs only into selected specialist places or events. Therefore, it is obligatory to employ additional measures to overcome barriers, including the utilization of compensatory and assistive technologies. Wawel Royal Castle, located in the heart of the city of Krakow on Wawel Hill within the bend of the Vistula River. This is one of the most historically and culturally significant locations in Poland, serving as the residence of Polish king and a symbol of the nation's sovereignty. Methods of making cultural heritage accessible. Equal participation with other people necessitates the rational introduction of improvements in many historic spaces. It is worth emphasizing that there are no universal solutions when it comes to historic sites. Each case must be treated individually and solutions should be solved through scientific research. The Wawel Royal Castle State Art Collections is a huge facility focused on a broad program of ensuring accessibility in various aspects. The following solutions were introduced at Wawel Castle: attack the architectural model of Wawel Hill, installation the island,
Arcade courtyard, view of the south wing with the location of the lift for people with impaired mobility, redesigned stepless entrance on the ground floor of the cloisters. Adjustable ramp, the courtyard surface is made of smooth stone slabs, which is important for its accessibility. Elimination of height thresholds. The armory, available space on the ground floor, stair platform allowing access to the interior with exposure at a higher level. Exhibition halls with displays that are accessible to people with physical limitations. The Lost Wawel exhibition, entrance area with ramp, interior of the reserve with architectural relics of the oldest buildings on Wawel Hill, archaeological architectural route on a concrete platform accessible for wheelchairs. And once again, the Lost Wawel exhibition. A very big visiting area. Sandomierska Tower, exit only via a steep staircase.
and innovative multimedia center with a sensor integration area. Numerous services are also available at the Promotion and Information Center. An innovative multimedia center is situated here, accessible to all individuals. Multimedia center with a sensory integration area. Equal participation with other people necessitates the rational introduction of improvements in many historic spaces. It is worth emphasizing that there are no universal solutions when it comes to historic sites. Each case must be treated individually and solutions should be solved through scientific research. In this context, the appropriate use of heritage without causing its destruction is particularly important. And summary.
It was found that accessible monuments become fair and friendly only when all their users, regardless of age, type, and degree of disability, have the unlimited right to trouble-free use of their services and infrastructure they offer. Otherwise, this translates into the exclusion of certain user groups from social life. The exchange of experiences, international projects, and the elimination of barriers through rational organizational and functional improvements and digital innovations are also becoming very important.
In the conclusions of the analysis, it is important to emphasize that accessibility to cultural heritage resources is not just a matter of legal regulations, but also involves direct and indirect interventions aimed at eliminating barriers to the greatest extent possible. Therefore, ensuring accessibility is undoubtedly one of the most important challenges currently facing the international conservation community. The examples of solutions presented show that it is extremely difficult and very often impossible to introduce total architectural accessibility in a complex historic building. Program of improvements outnight was carried out comprehensively during the general refurbishment, which is particularly relevant to the specifics of the facilities presented. Despite the museum's accessibility work that has been carried out, continued efforts are still needed as the possibilities and forms of providing accessibility are expanding all the time. To conclude, it should also be stated that ensuring effective accessibility of cultural heritage resources to individuals with specific needs, including seniors, while considering their diversity, serves the purpose of opening heritage to new user groups. This approach provides opportunities for innovation, creativity, and enhances the appeal of heritage in the consumer market. However, this is only achievable when accessibility becomes an integral and lasting component of heritage. Thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.